Okay, hello everybody, I'm back once again. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. The Lord is soon to come. I hope we're ready. I hope I'm ready. Okay, what I want to talk to you about is I want to encourage everyone out there that is having this problem. That is, if you're still having to deal with the incubus and succubus at night in your sleep, or even during the day when you're awake. Some people are bothered with the incubus and succubus even during the day while they're awake. I want to remind you and encourage you that you can be free. You can be free. I thought at one time sometime I wondered I wondered if I would ever be free from lust spirits. Okay? And I didn't know anything about a succubus or an incubus and succubi and incubus until about, I would say, about 25 years ago. God began to He would allow me to see into the invisible and into the spiritual realm. Well, it's further back than that. I would say about 30 years ago. I began to see into the spiritual realm and the invisible realm. Now, what I'm talking about, you can't talk to everybody about this. You just can't talk to everybody about this. There's some people, they just don't, they're not bothered with this kind of stuff. And so they won't understand you. And it'll be really hard to relate to them about this, about being bothered with by spirits. I was bothered, as far back as I can remember, actually being bothered by spirits. I was about 10, 11, 12. It got really bad when I was 12 years old. But anyway, as time went on, God began to, when I was a teenager, He let me peep into the spiritual world a few times. Then, when I got in my 20s, He let me see some more. When I got in my 30s, I saw even more. And I think after 30s, it just, I was just went headlong, into experiencing the spiritual world and the invisible. But I'm here to tell you that you can be free from the succubus and incubus. There was a time I wondered, would I ever be free? Okay? I wondered, would I ever get free from this? And there were some nights I would get up after having an experience with a succubus, or there were some nights I would even get attacked by an incubus. But I learned how to fight. I learned how to fight back. Okay? I learned how to fight back, fight the incubus and the succubus. It didn't make any difference. The incubus, I hated them. Okay? I hated them, and I showed them no mercy. And I still don't. I don't show them any mercy. But I learned how to fight back. Now, you can go over some of my videos, and I'll let you know how God showed me how to resist the succubus and incubus. There's fasting, there's praying, there's quoting scripture, believing scripture, not just quoting, believing it. There's sanctified life. Okay, you don't look at things that will arouse you or stimulate you. You don't have conversations that arouse you or stimulate you. You don't watch things that's inappropriate as for a Christian. There's just a lot of doors you have to shut. Okay, even your own mind. Okay, even the things you think, the thoughts you think. You can't think thoughts that you used to think. Okay, you have to eliminate a lot of fantasy thoughts, lustful thoughts, fantasy. Even though memories of old girlfriends. You just have to shut the door on that stuff. Okay, because for years I didn't think anything about it. My thoughts. I mean, just a memory. But I had to come to the place where I got to shut the door on these memories. I had to become to hate those memories. And I couldn't hate those memories on my own. I had to ask God to help me hate those memories that I had, the experiences I had with other women. I mean, you got to close the doors. Same with you women. You have to close the doors. The experiences you have with other men, you got to hate those experiences. You got to ask God to help you hate those experiences. And, not to long for or desire those experiences again. You got to ask God to help you hate those experiences. And I said, I had to confess to God once, a long time ago. I had to confess. I said, Lord, the reason why I enjoy these lustful thoughts is because the reason why I keep having these lustful thoughts is because I like them. I enjoy them. And I need you to help me stop enjoying these thoughts. I want to hate these lustful thoughts. Okay? And I do. God will answer these prayers if you just confess your sin and admit some things, and He will help you. Okay, but you can overcome incubus and succubus. I'm telling you that now. Now, since I've gotten victory over them, do I have any? Do they bother me? Occasionally, I have one come in. But it's not like it was. See, it used to be they would come in and they would just take full control. In some way or another. Okay. Some of them use sleep paralysis and they rape you. Okay. And some of them use some type of mind control, hypnotic, put you in a hypnotic state. There's just different means they use to, and some of them sweet talk you. Some of them take on the appearance of your wife or your girlfriend or some girl in the past that you haven't gotten over, or some man you haven't gotten over for you women. Okay, they disguise themselves as, or they masquerade themselves as someone you have a crush on, or someone that you are married to, or something like that. And that's another way they gain control. And then when you, at least for me anyway, then when I wake up, I realize I had been gotten again. But I have pretty much, God has pretty much given me the upper hand on this now. And occasionally I might have one come in, but It's not like it used to be. It used to be they would have the control and they did whatever they wanted to do. I really want to write a book on my experiences with the incubus and succubus and how to gain control over this part of your life. But I'm having some trouble with the people that published my first book. I haven't received any royalties on that book. I know it haven't sold a whole lot, but I know it sold some. Okay, but anyway, I want to get that straightened out. And also, I don't know if I want to just I'd like to make a video on incubus and succubus encounters or a book. I don't know. I'll figure out something. But you can have control over this. Don't ever, and if you look at my videos, I tell you, don't ever consent to them. Don't ever give in. Don't ever say yes to them. That's what they want. They want that more than having sex with you. They want to hear you say yes more than having sex with. Because see, as long as you're saying no, they don't own you. Okay? But the minute you say yes and you long for them and you want them, they own you then. They own you. God showed me there are people that have lost their souls dealing with incubus and succubus. I had one guy write me and said, you enjoyed the ghost sex. Well, at first I wasn't quite sure what he was talking about because see, I didn't. It's kind of because I didn't enjoy the ghost sex. But I could have, but I didn't because I knew it was like sleeping with a snake, a python. He gonna eat you. Okay, she gonna eat you. All right. So no, you don't enjoy that. You could. Okay, you could, but do not. And if you find yourself enjoying it, you better pray. You better pray, and God is going to help you. He's going to answer your prayer. You better pray and say, Lord, help me not to give in to this succubi and succubus. Lord, help me not to give in to this incubus. Okay, it's not so much the physical thrill you get, but it's the relationship you get with them too. Sometimes they can seem like anyone. They can seem like really good company, really good romance. Okay, when you're alone by yourself, you can feel them with you, and it can be a pleasant, very pleasant relationship. But it is a trap. Okay, I heard people in my sleep. I hear them screaming for help when they have given themselves to incubus and succubus. But it's too late then. It's too late. Okay? So before it's too late, you ask God to deliver you and help you, give you strength to resist him. Resist them. What they try to do, they really can't force you to do anything with them. But in some way, they trick you into doing it. Okay? But once you realize what has happened, you can curse them. You can speak death and destruction on them. Okay? If you stand strong and make it known to them you don't want them and they can't be with you, eventually the Bible said if you resist the devil is going to flee. The devil is going to run from you in terror. Okay? So you got to continue to resist. All right? And know this, that if you consent and you give in to them, your end is awful. Okay? They're going to sacrifice you. They're going to sacrifice you to their father. That's why a lot of times their father is Satan. That's why a lot of times when I would be in the spiritual realm with a succubus and I was not cognizant of my surroundings or where I was at, but many times, there were several times God would appear or he would speak, and then I would become cognizant of my surroundings, and I would look over and I realized, hey, I'm with a succubus. This is the succubus that's been bothering me. And when God speak, destroy her, then I have to do that. Because if I don't, what's going to happen? Her father's going to speak to her one day, and he going to tell her, destroy him. And that's what she's going to do. And that's what she's going to do to you. And for you women, that's what that incubus is going to do to you. They're going to sacrifice you. You better pray and ask God to deliver you from them. These are demons and they are devils. Do you dream about snakes in your sleep? Do you dream about snakes in your sleep? Those are incubus and succubus. What is that lady name that made that video, Anaconda? What is her name? She made a video called Anaconda. She made an album. What is her name? She raps and stuff. It's called Anaconda. Nicki Minaj. That's her name. Nicki Minaj. Listen, let me tell you something about that woman. That woman is the devil's agent. I don't even believe she's human. I really don't. Listen, y'all. There are people on this planet, they are not human origin. I don't believe it. And this Cardi B, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, I don't believe those people are human. I really, honestly don't. And as I talked about in my other video, the Nephilim is still here. They're still here. They're just not in giant size. But they're giants in other areas of life, other walks of life. But anyway, this Nicki Minaj, she made a movie about she made a video about Anaconda. Listen, y'all, listen. This woman is evil, okay? I'm gonna tell you what God told me about her. This is what God told me about Nicki Minaj. First of all, when the very first time I saw her, she was singing on some awards. And God said that is Satan's newest agent. That's his newest agent. I think this Cardi B now is the latest thing. But what he told me about Nicki Minaj, he said that Nicki Minaj, this video Anaconda, she's releasing, people sitting there watching her video and listening to her music. She's releasing demons in your mind. She's releasing demons in your home. She's releasing demons on your children. She's releasing demons in your life. She's releasing lust spirits. Those are lust spirits. The anaconda, the snake, the python. Those are lust spirits. Okay? She's releasing these demons, these spirits, these snakes, these anacondas. If you can see into the spiritual world, you would know what I'm talking about, and what I'm saying is true. She's releasing demons on you, and she know it, and she don't care. Okay, she's trying to do it. She's purposely doing it, and she thinks Satan is going to reward her for this, but she don't know she's going to burn in hell just like anybody else that goes there. Okay. People, she's releasing demons on you. I remember one time, and I've wrestled with many anacondas and pythons in the spiritual realm. Okay, I have awakened in the spirit world in my bed and found a big python in my bed. And I know this sounds like just a nightmare and a dream. Your nightmares are real. This is what you don't understand, people. Your nightmares are real. These are not just images of your mind. Your nightmares are real. This stuff is real. And so I don't know how many times I woke up and had to wrestle with anacondas but these succubus and incubus, they take on different forms. They shapeshift into different forms and stuff. And the incubus and succubus, they take on the serpent. Okay, but one time I became aware I was in this succubus house, and I became aware of this. I became cognizant of this, and I noticed I wasn't in my house. I was in her house, in another house. I looked around the room and I noticed, man, I'm in somebody else's house, and I didn't see nobody else in that bedroom but me. But I knew someone else was in there, and so I had got like this third eye, this sixth sense, and I could sense someone else in there, and I couldn't see her, but I was searching for like a radar. I was searching for her, and she was hiding. She was in the room with me, but she was invisible, and she was hiding in the invisible. And now I was in her world now, not this physical world. I was in her world, but yet in her world, she was able to become invisible, and she was hiding from me. But anyway, with this sixth sense, I was still able to locate her, reach out and grab her. Okay, they can only stay invisible for so long, just like you can only hold your breath for so long. They have to come up for air, just like we have to come up for air. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, I grabbed her. Once I grabbed her, I was really angry at her. Now, whatever had happened had already happened between me and her. Okay, apparently she had gotten the upper hand on the relationship between me and her. But God awakened me. He awakened me, and He said, it was like, hey, you were in the succubus house. Okay, now whatever we had already done it. But when He awakened me that you were in a succubus house, then I was out for her jugular. Okay, I went to strangle her. But anyway, I did. I grabbed her. I grabbed her because I was going to kill her. Okay. But her family she had a family. This was in her house. Okay, they have worlds just like we got worlds, homes, cars, businesses, just like we got them. Okay, we're not the only world like this. There are many other worlds like ours. But anyway, her family was in the other part of the house, and I didn't want to be trapped in that house, strangling her, and be trapped in that house with her family. I didn't know what they were going to do. So what I did, I grabbed her by her throat, and I drug her out the house. I drug her by her family. They was standing there watching. They was looking, and their reaction to stuff like that is very different from ours. They don't react the same. They don't seem to be alarmed about some stuff like we are. Because death is not the same to them as it is to us. Pain to them is not the same to them as it is to us. So they don't respond the same way as we would. But anyway, I grabbed her by her neck, and I drug her out through the family room, out the front door, and I was watching her family to see if they was going to come to her rescue or anything. And I drug her outside, and I told her, I said, don't come near me again. Do you understand? And she didn't resist anything. She was just saying, okay. But she was speaking telepathically. Okay, she wasn't speaking out of her mouth. She was speaking telepathically. And I could hear her just fine, just like you can hear me. And she said, okay, I won't. And I said, don't come near me. Don't come near my family. Don't come near my children, or I'm going to kill you. You understand? She said, okay. But about that time, she started to shapeshift. She turned into this huge anaconda, like a big dragon. Okay? It wasn't one of a snakehead about this size. It was about like this. Okay, and that big old tongue was coming out of her mouth like, you see how those what's the name of those big old lizards? Komodo dragons. Their tongue come out their mouth like a whip. and her tongue, and she had turned into this big old huge anaconda, man. And I was still holding her by her neck, and and her tongue was whipping out of her mouth, and I said, "Don't come to my house anymore. I'm gonna kill you, and don't bother my children, and then just stay away from me. Do you understand?" She said, "Okay." She said, "Okay." And then she said, "This is just like the devil." She said, "But you used me." I said, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I didn't. That was the truth. I didn't know what you talking about. But she said that to try to see. The thing about the devil, they always try to put something in your mind, leave something in your mind to snare you. That's what she did that for. She tried to leave something in my mind to think about and snare my soul. Better remember that. Whenever you're dealing with the devil, didn't the Bible said the serpent, when he fell from heaven, he drew 1/3, his tail drew 1/3 of the stars. When as he was falling, he snared some of them. And that's the way the devil is. And that's what she did. As she was being defeated in my hand, she spoke those words and she tried to snare me. And she said, "You used me though." I said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." I said, "Don't come to my house anymore." And about that time, half of her body had became a big old dragon, like a big serpent, huge, man, tongue whipping out of her mouth, and the other part of her body was still look human, But Nicki Minaj she's releasing demons. Beyonce, they are releasing demons. Y'all need to stop listening to these people. Y'all need to stop listening to these people. They are releasing demons in your mind, in your life, and they're doing it intentionally. You can be free from incubus and succubus, but you're going to have to sacrifice them. Okay, you're going to have to sacrifice them as they're going to sacrifice you. And the way you sacrifice them is you sacrifice some things that you like. Give it up. Give it up. You sacrifice some things you like. Give it up. Like some of that bad music, Nicki Minaj junk, Beyonce junk. What's that other girl name? The really rich girl that Chris Brown like, whatever her name is. She put out a song called Diamonds, like a diamond song. I'm like, I do like that song, but I stopped listening to that song because I don't know what she's doing. There's some things in that video just don't look right. Okay, so but you got to sacrifice some things. You got to sacrifice some of your thoughts. If you want a new beginning, you want a new start, you got to sacrifice some of your thoughts, some of your habits, the music you listen to, some of the TV shows you watch. Let us lay aside every weight and every sin that so easily beset us, the Bible said. Okay, so you can be free from succubus and incubus. Okay, the last succubus, I won't say she was the last one, but she was the second to the last. God talked to me about her years ago, and he said that there were many succubus coming in and out of my life, and I would get rid of this one and another one show up. I'll get rid of that one and another one will show up, and I'll get rid of that one, and just went on and on for years and years. And God told me one time, a long time ago, he said, you have to get rid of the queen succubus. There is a queen succubus. If you got an incubus keep coming back, you get rid of one and then another one come, and you get rid of another and come, then there's a king somewhere. You got to get him. You got to find him. Okay? And God told me there's a queen succubus you're going to have to destroy. Okay? And the way I did it, I began to just focus on that queen succubus. I began to focus my mind and my heart on her, and I began to speak directly to her, especially when she would visit me in my sleep, and she would do the forbidden. when I wake up and realize what I've done, I don't move. I stay there, and I speak directly to her, and with intensely, and I tell her, I'm going to destroy you. You gotta mean it. You gotta mean it. I'm going to destroy you, not by power, not by might, but by God's Spirit. I'm going to destroy you in the name of Jesus Christ. You will be destroyed. Okay. And I kept doing it, and I kept doing it for several days. I kept speaking. I kept reminding her, you got to go. You're gonna go. I don't want you I don't want you in my life. You can't be in my life anymore. You gotta go. You got to keep speaking. You got to keep believing. Will that be a reaction to them? Yeah. They're probably going to be a reaction. Okay. You're going to feel something, hear something, see something, know something, or something. Okay. They're going to react to try to scare you or something. Okay. But don't you be afraid. Don't you back down. You keep speaking. Okay. And I kept speaking. And one night she appeared to me, and she appeared to me crying. I don't know if she was trying to just make me feel sorry for her or what. They'll do that. They'll try to make you feel sorry for them. And there have been many of them. I have felt pity for them, but I had to keep marching on. I could not stop because I felt that sympathy for them. And it's possible that you will. But you cannot surrender. Do not surrender. Because if you surrender to them because of that sympathy, they're gonna trap you even more. Don't surrender to them, and don't put it off. Destroy them. So, but anyway, she appeared to me with tears in her eyes and crying and said, okay, you're going to get what you want. That's what she said. You're going to get what you want, or something like that. But I still wasn't satisfied, because I think she was just saying that and trying to make me think, just trying to make me lighten up off of her. And I kept speaking. I didn't lighten up off of her. I kept speaking, you're going to get out. I hate you. Get out of my life. And this was the queen succubus. Okay. So, but anyway, one night I was laying there in my bed, and I got sometimes I get these before sleep paralysis, or during sleep paralysis, I get this humming sound, like, or sometimes I get like a vibrating sound, or sometimes I get this, and it's not so much a sound, it's what I feel too. It feels like a wave, like waves of like energy or something. But it's a negative energy. It's not a good energy. It's a negative. But anyway, I knew somebody was in my room, okay? And I opened my eyes in the spirit realm. Now, this was in the spirit, not the physical. I opened my eyes in the spiritual realm, and I saw this woman legs by my bed. So I didn't know who it was. I knew it was my wife. I knew that. But anyway, I reached my hand out, and I grabbed her by her legs, and I pulled her in the bed. And because what was on my mind is destroy her. Whoever this is, destroy her. Okay, that's what was on my mind. And so when I got her in the bed, I grabbed her by her throat, and I started choking her as hard as I could. And I told her, I said, I hate you. While I was choking the life out of her, I said, I hate you. I hate y'all, all of y'all. And she said, I hate you too. I said, good. We got a good understanding. And I choked the life out of her till she stopped moving. Now, all this happened in the spiritual realm. Now, this wasn't in the physical. This wasn't in this dimension or this realm or this world. Okay, this wasn't in this physical world. This happened in the spiritual realm. And that's these look at that big old ugly thing, man. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with them big. Some of them are bigger than that, man, in the spiritual realm, way bigger. Them things will destroy you, man. They get in your life. And just to kind of give you some idea of what I was dealing with, this is a lot what she looked like. It's a lot like this. Big dark eyes. Short hair. And, you know, just look like some of those alien women. But you can be free. You can be free from the succubus and incubus, okay? It's starting to get dark out here now, so I'm making this video in my car. But anyway, I was just sitting in the house, and I was thinking, you know what, I'd like to make a video, and this still came to my mind. Tell people they can be free. You can be free. Don't give in to them, okay? I finally destroyed my queen succubus. And since then, I've had one or two visit me, but it wasn't like it used to be, okay? I inflict much pain on them. All right. So you can be free. You can be free. Don't give in to them. Don't consent, and stay the course. God will get you free. Okay. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. All right. So I hope I said something to help you. I'm gonna try to keep making more videos. You know, so because I really enjoy making videos, I really enjoy helping other people. But if you have any questions about the incubus and succubus, I'll be more than happy to. If you have any questions about any video I've made, I look forward to answering your questions. Okay, I look forward to answering your questions. All right, God still speak through visions and dreams. May God bless you. May God bless yours all the days of your life.